Hey guys, welcome to an action-packed episode where today I'm going to be installing new floor pans, fitting a rear half door and painting it up, and also getting ready to fit up the new rear canvas that's going to be going on Project Blue in the next episode. So join me today as I crack through a load of those jobs ready for the canvas install in the next episode. So I'm now going to tackle the floor pans. As I've decided to remove some of the sound deadening to give it again more of a classic look, remove some of the carpets and interior trims, I'm going to take out the floor pans as they're really rusty and corroded. I'll overlay some images now. They're really in a bit of a state, but I think it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to try and get these bolts out. So I've been looking online, there's a few different ways to do it. I think the main thing is, as the bolts are kind of so corroded that there's no thread at all, I will try and cut grooves in the screw to be able to screw them out with the grinder. If not, it's going to be a full grinding them out job, which might take a little while. And then once we've done that, we'll also remove the gearbox tunnel too, because I want to refresh all of the screws in there and take the floor pans out and just kind of reconfigure this whole area and clean it all up. So it's going to be a bit of a nightmare, but hopefully once it's done, it's going to look so much fresher than it did. Right, after a massive battle, I've now got the floor panels and the gearbox tunnel out. It took me forever because all of the bolts had seized up. You can see where I've had to grind away and try and get the bolts out. But now we've got a fresh slate where I can clean all of this up and hopefully it'll come up really nice. I can then think about painting the footwells. I've also got new floor panels from YRM, so I can paint those up and then we can get fitting it all back together. The gearbox tunnel as well, I'm also tempted to maybe think about painting it. I'm not sure. I don't know whether anyone's ever done that before, but maybe match it with the rest of the body or perhaps do the Raptor coat like I've done in the rear load bed. I'm not sure. But in general, it's really clean slate. And yeah, you can see there's a little bit of corrosion down here, but hopefully I'll be able to clean it up and repaint it and protect it for a little bit longer. So yeah. Time to get cleaning this out and then we can think about painting up the panels and fitting everything back. Taking the seats out so I can get more access, and now I've got all of this soundproofing that I can strip back. I'm going to use a heat gun to get the majority of it off, and then once the majority of it's off, then I've got some tar remover which I can spray on, leave on, and then hopefully it'll remove. I've already done a test bit here. There was a panel sat here, as you can see it's cleaned up a lot better, so that's the plan. Once that's all stripped back, I can then start to clean up all inside here, remove the old bolts, and then we'll have a nice fresh base to think about if there's any bits that I do want to try and paint. Whilst I'm here, does anyone know if the seat belt brackets, these bolts here, whether they're captive or whether they're kind of nutted from underneath? The only reason I ask is whilst I'm tightening all of this up, I'd like to maybe change out a lot of these rusty bolts for stainless ones. If they're captive, that makes it a lot easier. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you know whether they're captive or whether they're held on from beneath. So with the old floor panels now out, they're totally corroded, I've gone ahead and just bought some new floor panels. These are relatively cheap from the guys at YRM. I'm going to get these painted up in the body colour using, again, the paint and paints. Freshen this all up so it's going to look really clean, really neat, and I've also got a stainless fixing set as well, so that no more will any of those tub bolts, those floor panel bolts, get rusted, corroded and unable to be removed again. So we'll get this primed up, painted, and then we can have a look at bringing it back into the car and looking much fresher than it did before. So I've now got the floor panels all painted up. These are painted with the Paintman paints, and these are the YRM floor panels. Painted body colour on the inside. On the outside, I've used a texture coating, a stone chip paint, basically you can get from Halfords, just to protect the underneath, so they're going to be a bit more durable. To fix these up, I've got the fixing kit from YRM that I also bought alongside the panels. These are stainless, so hopefully I'm not going to have any more battles with trying to get these floor pans out if I need to at a later date. So let's get these fitted up, see what they look like with the final kind of painted finish. I'm really excited to see how this looks. So there you have it, guys. That is the final look. You can see the painted floor pans, the painted tub, and also the stainless steel fixings. On the seat box, I've removed all of that sound deadening, so now it's just pure paint. A few things I need to do. I need to get some more fixings for the gearbox tunnel. I'm still kind of in two minds whether I should also paint that body colour, but for now I'm going to leave it. I just need to tidy up bits on the gear stick when I do kind of a full refresh of the cab, but I'm really happy with how that looks. Final things to do to put the seats back in place, and then kind of that's the cab all done, ready to go. Hey guys, just a quick note to say that over 70% of you guys that watch these videos aren't subscribed, so if you're enjoying the journey of watching Project Blue or Scout, my other 110 project build, be sure to subscribe to follow the journey and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever I drop a new episode. So now that all the paintwork is finished, I'm really excited to start dressing the car back up, and I've got loads of new fixtures and fittings which are going to really finish off the build and make it look really great. One of those are these cross-member bolts from ORE, made by Coburn Fasteners. These are really smart because they come with a rubber washer, which means you're not going to get any corrosion between the body of the car and the bolt. The whole reason why I ended up having to paint a lot of this body and fill a lot of the holes was because of that corrosion, so this will prevent that. I've gone for the stainless option. You also get this stainless steel cup, which just finishes off the back of the car, looks really neat and tidy, and again will just prevent some of that corrosion from happening. So I'm going to fit those up now, and then we're also going to fit up the lights that I've got to go on too. But yeah, these are going to look really smart and really finish off the build and look really cool. So we've got the cross-member bolts all nipped up, we've got the lights fitted. I've now got to fit the rear door, and once that's on, the whole back end is going to look basically complete, so I'm really excited to get those fitted. There's a few other things that I need to fit, including the number plate light and the fog lights, but I've got some plinths coming from the guys at Optimal to fit up to that, and once they're here, then that'll really kind of finish off the back. But for now, let's get the door bolted up. Now, I definitely should have done this off the car, but totally forgot. I'm going to now mount up the handle for the rear door. It just slots into place like that. And then I can fettle around them with the latch to make sure the door's closing properly and at the right height, which is always a pain, but if anyone's got any tips, let me know. Because I had a fettle before and it took me ages to try and get it kind of in a good position, so let me know if you've got any tips for how to hang the rear door properly. There we go, that's in place. We'll tighten those up and then we can mess around with the latch. So there you have it, guys. The build has really progressed in today's video. We've fitted up the rear door, the new floor pans, painted the interior. So I'm really excited for the next episode where I'm going to be fitting up the canvas to Project Blue and really turning this into the ultimate summer vehicle. So stay tuned for that. Also subscribe if you don't already. It'd be great to see you guys follow the journey, and I'll see you in the next video.